years of frustration.
I mean, you're already a star within boxing. Do you feel like a victory on Saturday will elevate you to a superstar?
Definitely a great performance. A great performance, especially a knockout performance, will elevate me into a superstar.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Errol, I know you have your daughter with you here today. Your family's with you ringside. Are your children about the age now where they're able to understand what's happening?
Oh yeah, they've been understanding. They've been, every time I put my shoes on, they ask me either I'm going running, or you finna go run, or you finna go to the boxing gym. So, they've been understanding what's been going on. And, they're always in the gym. They've always been watching sparring and stuff like that, so it doesn't scare them at all.
What is it that you want to teach them, through your work ethic, watching you perform in this level of your career?
Just teaching, you got to work for everything you want, and they witness this firsthand. So, that's something I want, even though, their dad have money and things like that. I want them to work on their own independently and for everything that they want, and just know that nothing's going to be handed to them throughout life.
This is your second pay-per-view in a row. The first time was at home. Now you're on a big stage in LA in the Staples Center. How close do you think you are at being the superstar that you have your goals set on?
I'm pretty close. Just got to keep working. Like I said, I'm gonna put my hat on. I'm gonna work, keep my head down, and keep working. So, with a great performance come Saturday night, especially if I get a knockout victory, I think that prepared me to be a superstar that I'm destined to be.
You said that you didn't want to knock out Mikey Garcia. That wasn't your goal that day.
I said I didn't want to. I said I didn't care if I did it or I didn't. Because a lot of people was doubting my skill set and saying that, he could skillfully outbeat me. The only way I could beat him is through just brute force and just, physically just dominating him.
You care if you knock out Shawn Porter?
Oh, I definitely care. It's something that I definitely want. So, I'd be disappointed if I didn't.
What makes this fight different than that one?
It's just, Shawn been talking a lot. His father been talking a lot. And, we're to the point now where, he even said that he want to knock me out. So, hopefully he keeps that same energy come Saturday night.
Lastly, you're talking about unification. Obviously, undisputed is the goal. If you are successful on Saturday, who's the next belt you want to take?
I want the Pacquiao fight, but if that don't happen, then we'll look elsewhere. So if that don't happen, maybe we'll talk to Terrence Crawford and his team, or we'll talk to somebody else. But I definitely want that fight. I even can see myself moving up to 54 and fighting for a title. So. We'll see.
We saw the legend Pacquiao give Thurman a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
What is it that you can feel like you can do with Pacquiao that Thurman wasn't able to?
I just feel like my name not Thurman, my name's Spence, so I can do a lot to Pacquiao that Thurman couldn't do. And Pacquiao put on a great performance. Like I said, he's a living legend. His accomplishment, that he's been doing, it's been great. He has 2 great victories, and I feel like a lot of people saying writing him off, but the performance that he put on with Keith Thurman, that was, Pacquiao of old. So, I would definitely like to fight Pacquiao and get that victory under my belt.
And lastly, we talked about the Canelo fight being a possibility at 68 once before. Now that he's up with Kovalev, do you feel like that's a wise decision on his part, and can Kovalev win that fight?
Wise decision for Canelo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Canelo chasing greatness. If he loses, you can just say Kovalev was too big. So if he wins, man, that's mega. That's huge. So, I think Canelo can pull it off. I think, Kovalev kind of slowing down a little bit. He still has that power. So if Canelo can take his power and, throw his combinations like I know he can, and use his skill set, I see Canelo winning. Which is Canelo's win, and it gives no excuse for people saying that, Mikey Garcia didn't have a chance. So we'll see.
If you jump 2 weight divisions to 60, how do you beat Canelo?
I'm not talking about that right now. I'll talk about it. Ask me after the Shawn Porter fight. But, right now I'm just focused on Shawn Porter.
Lastly, one statement Saturday night that you want the fans to come away with talking about Errol Spence when that final bell rings.
I just wanted to say it was an entertaining, dominant performance by myself. So that's something I'm really looking to do. That's something I'm adamant about. That's something that I talked to my coach about, even before training camp. So, I'm looking for an entertaining, dominant performance by myself.
Good luck Saturday night. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Last time you were, one of the last times you were here for Mikey versus Easter,
yeah.
They showed you on the crowd cheered, they showed AB. Do you feel that the crowd support will be behind you on Saturday?
Definitely. I think I got a lot of support wherever I go, just because, just my whole demeanor is just how I am. People can walk up to me, I'm reachable, untouchable, and things like that. They look at me and see themselves in me, so I think I have a lot of support. I have a lot of fans out there, and I think, they're going to support me because, I don't only fight, to get the victory. I fight because I want to be crowd pleasing. I want, the crowd to entertain themselves too. So, I think I have a lot of support come Saturday night.
Talk about that demeanor and how that helps you in situations like this, the big fights that you're into, that calm demeanor. And then also, on the flip side of that, when you turn that on for the fight to be a monster in the ring?
I think the demeanor helped me a lot because a lot of people they don't really know if I'm excited or not.
That's very true.
Yeah, a lot of people they don't know if I'm excited or not, or, just a regular day. That's how I'm looking. So, that's just how I am. And I think it helps me a lot because it keeps me calm and it keeps me focused. And even come fight night, I'm not wasting a lot of energy, nervous and, batting my fingers and moving around. I keep a lot of it stored inside of me until the bell ring, and then I unleash it all out. So,
how do you keep calm before the big fight like this? What are you doing to kind of relax yourself and just kind of, I know you got your family with you, you got your girls to kind of keep you smiling. She was actually trying to steal the show out there when you were dancing. But how do you keep calm?
It's just something. It's just how I always been. I can't just say I practice it or, I may have been meditating or something like that. It's just something that's always been inside of me. Somewhere I always been, even as a little kid. I always had that calm demeanor. So, it's just me.
Talking about man down promotions. Talk about that, where that started from, and then strap season. Kind of how the collaboration on that and the initiation.
Well, I started Man Down Promotions. I actually have 3 fighters on this card. So, they'll be fighting on the card. They're all undefeated except one. He has 1 loss. So, it's going to be a great event. And they're all from Dallas, too. So, I want to keep it at home first and then bring these guys up, guys like Burley Books and Amon Rashidi. So, I just want to keep it at home and keep a small stable. I don't want a huge, big stable because you can't focus on everybody with a big stable. So, these guys I have, only 3, I can just build them up and get them on cards, and hopefully they'll fight for a world title and put them in the best opportunity.
Hey, after the fights, you always call out everybody out that doubted you before the fight in the press. We know you paid close attention. Was anything said in the press or by anybody that pissed you off a little bit that you can't wait to answer?
I always pay attention. You have to find out post-press conference.
You said that you're going to try to go for Manny Pacquiao after this, and if not, Terrence Crawford. Is that kind of the 2 main guys you're looking at next?
It's a lot of guys on that list. Like I said, I could move up to 54, or I could stay. You got Danny Garcia, you got Pacquiao, you got Crawford, and you got a couple more guys. So, I got options. So I'm not worried about if I don't get the Pacquiao fight, if I don't get Terrence Crawford fight. There's other quality fights up there for me. So I'm not worried about it.
Porter was here earlier. He said that this is a legacy fight for him. Is that the same for you? Is this a legacy fight?
Oh, definitely. This is, a unification fight. So, I'm defending my IBF belt. He defending his WC belt. So, 2 champions fighting. So, this is definitely a legacy fight. The victor of this fight, I feel like, is number 1 because he has 2 belts and he's unified champion. So, this is going to be a big moment for both of us.
Fernando Angulo just won, and he thanked Al Heyman. Jerry Bach did it when he upset Hurt. Javante Davis just invested in some kind of trucking business. Can you talk to us about Al Heyman's influence outside of boxing and just guiding the fighters to a future outside of boxing?
Well, the main thing with me is even before I turned pro, I was deciding who I was going to sign with, and Top Rank was coming at me with a big signing bonus and things like that. And it was my father really got me to sign with Al because, he was saying it's not about right now, it's about later. And when I talked to Al, Al was talking about, life after boxing. He was talking about retirement. And I haven't had a professional fight yet. And he's talking about retirement and life after boxing. I'm like, man, what the hell are you talking about, life after boxing? I'm not worried about that right now. I'm worried about the fight. So, Al always been that guy that, always, every time I talk to him or we have a conversation about business and things like that, he always talk about life after boxing, always talk about, setting yourself up for the long run. And, boxing on a little bit part of your life. So, that's why, you wonder why a lot of guys stay loyal to Al and a lot of guys, don't go against the grain because, he not only you're a boxer, but he cares about the person outside of boxing. So, just like, other fighters that he didn't help, like Paul Williams and a lot of guys pay for their funeral and stuff like that, you don't hear about, but he does that thing. So, I mean, you know, he helped me out a lot. So different Roth IRAs and different things like that, you know, to help my career outside of boxing for my kids and stuff like that. So, you know, I never go against the grain with Al because he's been nothing but good to me, not only outside the ring but inside the ring. So, you know, it is what it is. People can say what they want or they're loyal to Al for no reason, but, you know, he's setting us up for a future outside of boxing, not just right now.
Now, I know you're in the moment, but have you gave any consideration of what you want to do after boxing? You want to be a promoter? You want to have a trucking company? What do you want to do after boxing?
See, that's what I'm telling you. Al been setting me up where I don't have to do nothing when I retire from boxing.
You mentioned moving to 54 twice
So
now.
I might go fishing or something, you know, become a Little League coach or something.
You mentioned moving to 54 twice now. What fighter at 54 makes sense for you? Is there somebody that gives you a challenge at that weight?
There's a lot of guys. I mean, you got Lara. You know, you got. You know, I'm not gonna step on my bro toes, Jamel. I'm not gonna step on his toes at all. You know, because he, you know, wants to be, you know, undisputed champion. That's his weight class. We're in the same stable and stuff like that. So, you know, you got Lara that's out there, and you got a lot of different other fighters that's out there that, you know, I can fight. He will make a good fight.
Is it getting difficult for you to make 47 at all?
Nah, I just gotta start eating so much. So if I start eating so much during, like, after my fights, I'll be good. But, you know.
What's the hardest thing to stay away from at the table?
I'm in Texas, man. We got, if you ever been to Texas, we got food spots on every corner, so man, it's just hard, man.
What's your victory meal?
I don't know, anything that, I don't want to say that. People gonna be like, nah, I ain't in and out, nah. But really, I got this, I'm on Instagram, it's called like Los Angeles Eats. I follow it, so you got a whole bunch of food places and things like that. So I really don't know. Right now, I'm not really thinking about it right now. So, you know, we'll see after the fight. I like berries though. Berries good as hell. So I like their lobster pieces. So we'll see.
Thank you, Errol.
Thank you.
Congratulations on